Hello, everybody. Today I'm here at the next solos for Dr. Mario World, and I didn't think any of these were too bad. I got stuck on one or two of them now and again, but all in all, they went pretty well. I feel like I have a sneeze coming on, so just warning you now. That'll probably be pretty loud. I'll probably forget to edit it out as well, so hopefully I can just make it through without sneezing, but anyways, this first level here is an interesting one, to say the least. There's only blue viruses, and for the most part there's only green colored crates. There's a few blue ones at the beginning, but they get destroyed pretty quickly, so they're pretty much non-existent. And I feel like you're going to want to use all your rainbow capsules for the green sections, because it feels like there's a lot more green colored crates than there are viruses, or they're much harder to clear, I would say. So once you get to this section here and you have most of the blue viruses gone like me, then it's just a matter of destroying all the green crates that are left over, and then also hitting the keys that are all frozen, I suppose, as well as the doors. So you got to make sure you're able to get to those as best you can also. And I've gotten everything except for this one corner here. So I really need to get rid of these greens. I probably should use that double green I just got to do it, but I have my eyes set on destroying all those crates at the same time. So it's probably a bit foolish of me, but regardless, we end up being able to do it here. And I kind of just, I don't know, this probably isn't the best thing to do, but I just do this like this and destroy all those there, and then I'm able to get this in between here and destroy those two doors as well. Now we just have this final door here. I don't believe we got King Boo to trigger, even though I'm pretty sure I brought him in. Maybe we did, and I'm just missing it, and I'm sorry. But of course, you already saw if you're watching the video. Maybe I did. Anyways, we ended with 0 capsules regardless, so if we did get it, then we just barely won. If he didn't trigger, then if he would have triggered, we would have had an even better chance. So whichever way it works. I don't remember seeing it though. So this next one here, I'm pretty confident I do get him to trigger, and I'm pretty sure for the majority of these levels I do have him trigger. You know, it's just what the game has become for me at this point, really. I feel like it's pretty impossible to not bring him in anymore. So if I'm able to beat a level without him, then hey, that's great. If a level requires him, it feels pretty much expected now. And I beat all these with Wario as well, I guess I should say. So the beginning here, I'm just trying to get to this shell right away. And then I would also recommend getting rid of these two green, the barrels that are surrounding this green, these two green viruses here, so that when you destroy them, you can get them both out of the way at the same time, and then all you have to do is destroy this blue cannon here, which will open up that lock. So just hitting the probably the cannon on the top. I guess it doesn't really matter. Either way, you're going to be triggering one ice machine, and then the final lock will open up and you're able to just destroy the rest of the level. And I believe right here is probably when King Boo triggers. Yep. So you get him there. So now I've made sure that this has got to be the round that I completed on. So I'm trying to be as careful as possible. If you can avoid hitting any of the ice machines, that's great, but it probably won't happen. But there are some ways to go around it. For example, you can go underneath and destroy the capsule or the viruses that way, and avoid touching the fans altogether. Or you can destroy from the sides sometimes, unless they're directly against a fan, and you have no choice but to hit it. But there's only one touching each fan, so keep that in mind as well. You also have some coins surrounding them, so make sure those get destroyed as you go. I ended up completing it with 2 capsules remaining, which is enough to get me the final amount of points I needed. So another one that wasn't too bad, I think that's probably the one I played the most, just because I kept playing and not getting King Boo to trigger. But after that, it goes pretty smoothly, I would say. Like, each one took 1 or 2 tries at most. So this one here, the gimmick is it's constantly spawning in electric bombs, and you can really just use them to destroy the majority of the level. And also the electric bombs will always spawn on the same line, which is right above these crates here. So do not worry about destroying those crates yourself, because over the course of the level they will get destroyed alongside the electric bombs. And honestly, they actually kind of help, because if two of the same color line up, then you're able to use one of the crates to line a capsule right next to them. Otherwise, towards the end of the stage, when those crates are gone, you'll have to destroy them individually, because unless it goes next to one of those flasks, because there's not a great way to hit them otherwise. So at this point in the stage, I'm just kind of letting some spawn in, you know, get a little bit of a collection, so then they can destroy a whole bunch all at once. And I don't know if I should suggest you always do this, or if you should always destroy them as soon as one gets spawned in. Honestly, I don't know what to suggest, but you can see right there, all the viruses were destroyed all at once, all the cannons were hit. Maybe I let too much spawn in, maybe I missed out on some opportunities, I don't know. But either way, I got a lot of destruction from that. And I think Wario, honestly, is the best character to bring in for this, because you're pretty much ensuring that you're going to get 3 stars, because you're constantly getting points. Also, if you bring in King Boo, you're probably going to be passing through 5 capsules pretty often, so there's probably a good chance for him to trigger, like he did just there. And then, what else I don't know what else I was going to say. But once you get to this point in the stage here, probably just start destroying them as soon as you get them, because you have just a few blocks left, and they can only hit each block once anyways, so they won't double up on a block. So you might as well just go for them. And you can also start lining stuff up towards the bottom. Of course, you kind of have to get more electric bombs to spawn in. If you get any double capsules, that'll really help you out in this section specifically. Your stage layout probably will look a little bit different, because everything starts out in bubbles, but it's basically the same idea. And you can see I already had 3 stars before finishing that, just because you get so many points from destroying those electric bombs. So you should be fine on 3 stars. I did bring a point boosting assistant, so you might want to keep that in mind as well. But yeah, I didn't think that was all too bad, and honestly a little bit of fun. So I'd also say this one's kind of fun, but it can be very frustrating. There are like these thin lines in between lock sections that if you're just not getting the right color you want, they can be very annoying. And then once all the locks are destroyed, capsules are just falling all over the place, and you might get some in between the doors, which was the whole reason I lost my first try. I'm pretty sure I actually got King Boo to trigger on my first try, which was pretty unfortunate that I wasn't able to beat it. So here, like, I was sad that I had to destroy this green, but then I got another double green, so it was alright. And then we got all this blues line up, which I don't think always happens. If I remember correctly, that didn't happen in my first round. And then that little section opened up for me to get to the next opening and get rid of that coin. Sometimes the coins, especially towards the later end of the stage, will have multiple hits in them, so you might have to drag some of your own stuff into there. And by destroying that section, I can actually go for that green lock right away as well, which may just be easier to open everything up. The final thing you're going to be destroying is that coin in the very right corner there, so keep that in mind too. So once you're destroying these final locks here, you really need to make sure that the capsules you have remaining are not in between any of the doors and the keys, so the keys can fall down to where they need to go. And try to line them right up next to this coin here. I missed out on being able to move that red there, but I don't think it ends up mattering, because I end up using the greens and the blues anyways. And I finished with 10 capsules remaining, which is pretty crazy. I don't think we even had the opportunity for King Boo to trigger. So yeah, just an amazing round in general. That one, you do not need King Boo to trigger at all, especially if you have a good round. I did start with a rainbow capsule, but it should... Wait, I don't think I did start with a rainbow capsule. I think... Well... Maybe I'm wrong. This one I do start with the rainbow capsule. I don't remember about that previous level, but... it doesn't really matter, I don't think. I would imagine they give you some pretty good stuff for this. And the general idea of this one is just aiming for the cannons constantly. I believe I get King Boo to trigger for this one as well. Yeah, I do. I remember because I was recording it, and then I was like, man, this is going great. And then my recording got interrupted by a FaceTime call, which is pretty annoying. But I ended up just coming back to it and finishing it. So There is a little bit of a cut towards the end, which I will point out, but I think it'll be pretty clear that it's the same level as before. You know, everything lines up. It's just a little bit of a cut, a little bit of time passage, but I'm at the same amount of capsules and everything. So no tomfoolery or anything, I assure you. I would also recommend, as you're destroying the cannons, to make sure to get rid of the purple coins as well, so that you can destroy the purple coins while you're destroying everything else, and you can continuously work your way through the stage, because each one kind of, each line of purple coins opens up one at a time, so you need to be careful with that as well. And it's also kind of nice to let the stage scroll as much as you can while you're destroying the cannons, so that you can get as much destroyed as it is allowing you to. And right there I kind of placed that in a stupid way. I was meaning to place a green there so that I could destroy those 2 coins, but I ended up destroying the red underneath it and getting rid of those capsules entirely, so kind of a waste there. And now I'm just trying to be as careful as possible, because I'm not sure how much the stage is left. This is actually my first try, and I didn't know what was coming up and what I should be working on, so I was kind of just, you know, debating what I should be doing at all times. And right here I thought my best move would just be open this up. I now see that the stage is completely scrolled, and that pretty soon I'll see that these fogged items just have coins in them. So it's not too annoying at all. What is annoying is that the floating viruses like to go in between those crates there, which can be super frustrating towards the end of the stage when you barely have any capsules remaining. If it is at all possible, destroy all of the viruses before getting rid of that fog, because then there's no risk of them going in between those crates and costing you the round. Alternatively, if you brought in someone like Dry Bowser, he could just destroy all that for you. So there was the cut, and you could see when I destroyed those, I think it was blues, I was left with 2 green capsules and a red capsule floating, and that was kind of moved over to that side to try and get that final blue coin. I admittedly thought that I needed to destroy more crates to get to it, but luckily it only takes 1 hit near it. And then I just need to get those reds into that section there, and we're able to end with 4 capsules. So, went pretty well. I hope the other 10 stages will go just as smoothly. I'll try to get them out to you throughout the course of these next coming days. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.